Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Evans. For those who know me via Telegram and TikTok, I go by the name EOFX and I'm a forex trader, and this is my channel. If you're new to the channel, ensure that you subscribe, ensure that you like, ensure that you comment. And for those who have been following the journey, for those who have been reaching out to me, kindly ensure that you subscribe to this channel. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, right now we are at around 170 something subscribers. Kindly ensure that you subscribe. Okay, so I've been away for some time, but I'm back and I have something new for you guys. You guys have been requesting me to back test a few pairs, and I have something for you guys for this weekend. So today I'll be looking at GBP CAD as my pair of focus, and of course let's get into the charts. So guys, I'm on the charts, and today I'm looking at GBP CAD as my pair of focus. And of course I have shared a lot of insights on how you're supposed to trade, and this primarily is going to assist both the beginners and someone who has been trading but has not been seeing consistent profits. So today my focus is to introduce you guys to a new optimal trade entry setup. And of course, this is going to be pure smart money concepts. Now, first and foremost, you guys understand that the first thing that you're supposed to do as a trader is to identify the overall trend of the market. Now, if you look at this pair, there was a point when we were selling. If you're keen enough, you can see that there was a point when we were selling. And then at some point, we were able to buy. And then at some point, once again, the market was able to provide us with selling opportunities. So that is very significant. And for you to be able to see that, you need to be a good observer. You need to be able to observe and see how the market is behaving. Now, after that, you go ahead to apply price action and market structure. Now, by the use of price action, I'm able to see that at some point in time, the market was able to form a higher high, and then the market formed a higher low. And then the market failed to provide us with a new higher high, and then we were able to see this beautiful change of character here. So this was the first change of character that you were able to see. Let me just note it down. So we had this beautiful change of character here. Once again, the market was able to now traject to the lower side. So this is a downtrend, and you can see we had our first lower low, and then we had a lower high. We had another lower low, and then we had a lower high, and then we had another lower low, and then we had a lower high. So what happened? At this point, the market was able to provide us with the break of market structure. Now, point to take home, of course, is that once you see a break of market structure, it clearly indicates that the market has got the ability to continue with its trend. But in this case, if you're keen enough, after this break of market structure, we were provided with a lower low, and then we were able to be provided with another lower high. And then what happened? The market was not able to provide us with a new lower low. So what happened? At this specific point, I can see a trend reversal once again. So at this point, I'm able to see another trend reversal. But my focus is primarily not at this level here. I'm more focused on what was happening currently. Now, the reason why I've begun from this point is to remind you guys that at some point we were able to learn price action, the higher highs, the higher lows, the lower lows, and the lower highs. And then at some point, once again, we were able to learn about market structure. Now, with the help of market structure, I'm able to identify trend reversals. Now, with the help of breaks of market structure, I'm able to identify continuation of trends. That is very significant. So that is why I'm saying at this point we are able to see a downtrend. Why? Because there was a change of character here. So the market pushed to the downside. And then at this specific point, we're able to see another change of character after this break of market structure here. And then the market was able to push to the upside. So that is very significant. Now, away from that, the idea is to first identify the overall trend of the market. And clearly from this point here to this point here, we can see that the market was trying to change its direction. And yes, it did change its direction. Clearly, we are now pushing from this upward trend to this downward trend. So what is my focus? My focus is to first identify where the change of character happened. Now, with the help of a change of character, I'm able to come up with different market conditions that will meet my objectives. Okay, now in this case, if you're keen enough, we're able to form a higher high, and then we are able to form a higher low. Now at this point here, we had what we refer to as a break of market structure. So we had a break of market structure indicating a continuation of the trend. So what was my intention? My intention was to first identify these levels using price action. So at this point we had a higher high, and then we had a higher low. So that was the first thing that I was able to see. Now what else am I supposed to see? I'm able to see a break of market structure, which was our key level at that specific point in time. And then what happened? The market provided us with another higher high. So at this point, I'm able to see another higher high. So this is a new higher high. So my focus is to see now a new higher low. Now, with the help of price action, once again, I'm able to see a higher low at this point. So ladies and gentlemen, that is very significant. If you're a beginner, you can take into consideration that price action plays a key role. You can take into consideration that market structure plays a key role. Now, after this higher low, I was anticipating to see a new higher high, but the market did not favor me. So we were not able to violate this previous higher high. Instead, we violated this previous higher low, and we were able to push to the downside. Now, once a previous higher low has been violated and a new higher high has not been formed, then we consider that a change of character. That is a market shift or a trend reversal. So at this point in time, I can see that there was this beautiful change of character. So that is very significant. So I'm able to see that change of character. So that is the first thing you're supposed to see. Now, from our strategy, listen, from our strategy, the first thing to do is always to identify the overall trend of the market. That is very significant. You need to be able to identify the overall trend of the market. So let me just cut this up to this point here. Let me cut this so that I'm able to backtest for you guys. I'm able to backtest for you guys. This is very significant. But take note that this is a different optimal trade entry setup that I'm using. And in this case, I'll be applying the use of order blocks. I'll be applying the use of retracements. I'll be applying the use of identification of overall trends, and then basically that is what I'm going to be doing at this specific point. So after this change of character, I definitely have to identify a supply zone. Why am I identifying a supply zone? Because we are supposed to be selling. Now in this case, the first thing that I'm supposed to do is identify an order block. If I don't see an order block, then I go ahead to identify what? A supply zone using the Fibonacci tool. That is very significant as well. Now in this case, I can see an order block. Why? Remember, this is something new that I'm trying to share with you guys, and of course, if you've been in my class, I've never shared this before, but this is very significant. Now, what is an order block? An order block is a change in state of delivery. That is the first thing you're supposed to see. So if the market has provided us with a change of character and we are seeing a downtrend with bearish momentum candlesticks, then that most recent candlestick, and it is always the opposite of the other candlesticks, which is bullish in this case, is what we refer to as an order block. Now in this case, we can see this most recent candlestick portraying some bullish momentum. So this in this case became my order block. So in this case, this is now what I refer to as my order block. So I've been able to identify my order block. Now, after identifying my order block and after seeing that there was a change of character, I'm looking forward to seeing the market retrace back to where the order block was. So what happens? I have to wait for this market to push from this point here back to this level here. Why? Because when you see an order block, then it means that we've got specific limit orders that have to be filled. And once they have been filled, then traders can execute their trades. In this case, they'll be able to sell, meaning sellers will have taken over the market. Now, what happens? I have to play to ensure that I see the market respecting this specific order block. So let me just play it. So all you have to do is practice a lot of patience. all you have to do is practice a lot of patience. Perfect. I can see that the market was able to respect my second condition. No, my third condition, because I was able to identify the overall trend. I was able to identify a change of character. I was able to identify an order block. Now, in this case, the order block became my supply zone. Now, once I did that, I had to wait for that pullback or that retracement to go back to my order block. And then once it gets into my order block, it has to fully fill in those limit orders. Once those limit orders have been filled, then we are able to now push to the downside. So I'll try to reduce the speed so that I'm able to see this candlestick respect that order block. So I have to be super patient with that. Perfect. So from this point, if you look at this chart, clearly the market has gone back to where we wanted it to go to. Now, that is what we refer to as market conditions. That is part of my formula. That is part of my matrix. I need to ensure that all my ideas materialize. In this case, I had a formula and my formula is coming into play. Now, after that, what do? After all these conditions have been respected, I now do what? I apply top-down analysis or time frame analysis. What does that mean? I have to scale down to the lower time frame and find an entry opportunity. Why? Because on the higher time frame, if you look at this market from this point up to this area where we have our order block or our supply zone, clearly, if you scale down to the lower time frame, you'll be able to witness the market forming higher highs and higher lows. But once the market respects that order block, I'm looking forward to seeing a change of character. In this case, I will scale down to the 5-minute time frame. So I'm scaling down to the 5-minute time frame. You can either scale down to the 5-minute time frame or the 50-minute time frame, or the 3-minute time frame or the 1-minute time frame, depending on which time frame is of preference to you. Now, at this point, I can see that the market was forming higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. So at this point, I'm able to see higher low. What has assisted me to see this higher low? The use of price action. So with the help of price action, I'm able to witness a higher low in this case. But the market did not form another higher high past this previous higher high. So what happens? I was able to identify a change of character or a market structure shift. So once I've been able to identify a change of character or a market shift, I go ahead to identify a supply zone. Now, what will assist me to identify a supply zone? I need to employ either the use of Fibonacci tool or the identification of an order block. In this case, I can see a bullish momentum candlestick that was able to influence this change of character. So what do? I go ahead and identify this level here. So this is my lower time frame supply zone. This is my lower time frame supply zone. So just a moment, I need to make sure that this has to be super visible, and then I ensure that my charts are clean, because that is part of the forex handwriting. You need to make sure that your charts are super clean. Now, from this point here, I can see a fair value gap. Now listen, an order block can become an entry position, or a fair value gap can become an entry position. What I do is I ensure that I'm also incorporating the fair value gap. Now in this case, I can see this beautiful fair value gap in this case. So this is the fair value gap. So this is what I'm going to do. I can decide to place this one up to this point, and then I have this beautiful fair value gap. Then this one, I'll try to change its color to green. Then I have this beautiful fair value gap up to that point. So rather than draw another rectangle, I'll just incorporate the two. So what is my intention? My intention is to see the market respect either the fair value gap or the order block, and then I'll be able to execute my trade. That is what we refer to as part of price action. So in this case, I'll try to increase the speed so that this entire situation materializes as soon as possible. So let's just play and see how the market popped out. So you have to be super patient to see that happen. So the market is playing out. The market is playing out. You have to be super patient to see the market play out. The idea is to see the market either respect that fair value gap or that order block. So both of them play hand in hand. Excellent. So clearly the market has been able to respect that fair value gap. Of course, once that has happened, I have to check on how much I'm going to risk. So in this case, I wouldn't be very much inconsiderate, because I can see that this is a small gap. So what do? I immediately get to this tool area, and then I'll be able to identify the forecasting and measurement tools, in this case the short position tool, and then I'll be able to place it here. Now once I do that, I'll be able to put my stop loss, let's say at 0.14 above this previous key level. Now once I do that, of course I have to now try to push this rectangle to the right side and then push this further. Why? Because I'm heading over to the 4-hour time frame to now see how this is going to materialize. So I go ahead and then, just a moment, I will go ahead and then enlarge this rectangle, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do this. Now what happens is my take profit level will definitely be this swing low. So whatever we have here on the 4-hour time frame was able to help us to identify the overall direction. As well, it is the external structure for me, because this is my highest time frame. So whatever I have here is an external structure on the 4-hour time frame, but on the 15-minute time frame, that was my internal structure. That is what helped me to identify the change of character. So once that has happened, I'm able to now delete a few items that I find not super significant in this case. So things like price action, I can now delete that, because I want to ensure that my charts are super clean. So that is super significant to me. I need to do that. So what I have currently is an order block. So I just try to make this clean enough. Perfect. So what I have here is a situation where all my market conditions have been met, and now you can see where my target is. My target is at 1.708992. My stop loss is at 1.72494, and of course my entry position is at 1.722249. So that is how this is going to be played out. So I can now enlarge so that you guys are able to see this clearly. So I'm trying to enlarge this so that you guys can see this clearly. So this is the situation now. Perfect. So what do I do after I've done that? I will now play it out and see if my take profit was hit. So let's play it out. Let's play it out. So you have to be super patient. Perfect. And my take profit was hit. In this case, I was able to take my take profits. I was able to take my profits at exactly 1.70892. So that was super significant to me. And as you can see, I was able to scale to the higher time frame. My highest time frame in this case was the 4-hour time frame. Once I was in the 4-hour time frame, I was able to identify a change of character, meaning a change in direction, a market shift. Once I was able to see that, with the help of market structure, I was able to draw a line to identify that change of character. And then I understood very well I need to identify a supply zone, which is very significant. So I went ahead, identified a supply zone. Once I did that, I understood in my mind that the market has to retrace back to that supply zone. And in this case, my supply zone was an order block. So once I had identified that change in state of delivery, and once the market had pulled back or exhaust that phase and respected that order block, I was able to scale down to the lower time frame. In this case, the 5-minute time frame, I was able to identify a change of character because the market was forming highs and higher lows up to that order block. Once that had happened, I had to again identify a change of character. Once I had identified a change of character, once again I was supposed to identify a supply zone. In this case, I was able to identify a supply zone using an order block and a fair value gap. And once the market was able to retrace back to that level, I was able to get into a position. And in this case, I was selling. And of course, my overall take profit level was now my external structure. In this case, I was able to identify the swing low, and I was able to execute my trade. And of course, the market was able to hit my take profit level. In this case, I was able to be awarded how much as risk to reward ratio, a 1:5.54 risk to reward ratio. That is very much okay. So guys, all you have to do is practice. You need to backtest, and of course if you want to backtest, you have to ensure that you subscribe. You need to subscribe to either TradingView or whatever platform or whatever website you'll be using. That is very, very significant. Now all I can ask from you guys is to keep practicing. Ensure that you subscribe, like, comment and share. See you on the next one. Keep you posted, get posted on whatever I'm going to be doing going forward via my Telegram channel. You can join it on my link below. There's that link on my YouTube channel. You can check it out, my Telegram channel. You can join us so that we create a bigger community together. So see you on the next one. Bye bye.